take your notes and turn it into a poetry book. Your journal could take your notes and make it a movie script. Your journal could take your notes and make it prompts that you could feed into VO3 and make. Your notes could become podcasts, right? That you could make a faceless channel and it don't gotta be your face. They got channels now where it could be an AI avatar talking. They got the AI advanced with deepfake to whereas I could do I could be filmed right now and they could throw a face filter on me and I could turn into SpongeBob talking. And on film, you would never think that it's not SpongeBob. So now you can have these conversations with the world. You can have these conversations with your niche. You can have these conversations just being the child inside of you, having an opportunity to surface and heal and express herself or himself in the form of the child that we're hiding, right? Therapy through AI. And the AI could bring your child, let's say that you had a childhood friend. Let's say that you had a childhood friend. Let's say that you have a friend that you lost in your childhood. A pet that you lost in your childhood. Mine was Grover. Look at Blue's face. Sheepdog. You know what I mean? And we lost him. And we haven't recovered since.
Wait. How'd y'all lose him?
We was at he got sick. He had cancer. And they put him down while we was at camp, mind you. So we come home. He usually runs to the door to greet us. You know, we'll hear him barking. We come into the door. There's no bark. There's nobody coming to the door. We look at my dad and my stepmom's face. They giving us the you know what I mean? This shit looking like a perp walk. The look on their face, I'll never forget it. And then they gave us that talk. They literally had to pick us up off the floor 3 days later. No, for real. We became carpets. Like, we were like doormats. We was crushed. So now imagine bringing that pet back to life. Now imagine bringing that day one or that homie or that loved one or that mother or that father back to life. Because if you have somebody's voice, I got somebody that I want to bring on. I don't want to be super long-winded, but it's too late. One of the things about AI that I want to remind everybody that the voice is the soul. Translation, the breath. When somebody makes transition, what leaves the body?
The spirit.
So what ultimately is life? It's the breath. It's not the body. The body is animated by the breath. You see that when you touch a corpse. I just came from a funeral Saturday. I touched the body of somebody who I grew up with. But that wasn't him.
Right.
The person that I know was the animated part that left him. His vehicle was here. But the driver is gone. So what does AI animate and duplicate? The husk. It could never mimic the spirit.
Right.
Remember, AI is going to clone the voice, but it will never be the voice. It will never have the soul in it. It will never have the inflection. It will never have the spirit. It's going to clone it, but it'll never do that. But it can clone the husk. Henceforth, why dudes got AI girlfriends now. You heard about the trend? Yeah, watch your son and your daughter, because they out here falling in love with the AI. Real talk. They got AI, and the AI is fooling people. The AI could look like anybody. The AI can clone anything, but it will never be able to take the voice. So now, when you add your voice, like a voice actor, right? So if there's somebody who made transition and their voice is still captured, right? You could go ahead and pull a Demi Moore. Remember Ghost? Patrick Swayze?
That's the plot of Ironheart.
That's the plot of Ironheart?
Ironheart. She uses technology to reanimates her best friend.
Right, right. So people are going to start reanimating lost ones, loved ones. There's going to be an industry that's going to be born out of that. Deaf doulas and whatnot. They're going to be, imagine a concert where Tupac is the size of Galacticus. Because the thing that they did years ago was minute to what they're about to do. Imagine a Biggie concert and he's the size of Galacticus coming through Brooklyn, moving a building or something. Big Papa, for real. That's where they're going with the tech. You know what I mean? We have advantages right now. We have the opportunity to tap into open source. The next site that I want you to go to is huggingface.com. I know it sounds crazy, but
Hugging Face?
Hugging Face. Hugging Face is safe for work. Let's just say that. So Hugging Face is going to be the repository of open source. It is the most valuable site for Black people in AI and probably in the world. Why? Because anything open source is for Black people. Anything open source is for the revolution. Anything open source is for the resistance. Anything open source is for anybody that's not with the system. Anything open source is anybody that's going against the system. Anything open source is against anybody that doesn't want to be tracked. Anything open source is anybody that doesn't want to feed these nasty corporations that are transnational, that are behemoths, that are robbing and stealing and destroying things like Google, like Meta, like Elon Musk, like all of these technocrats. And these are the sick side of AI, the weaponized side, the Palantir and all of them. Open source is free. Open source is open. Open source is for the people, by the people. Open source is what people should be mastering, because you could build on top of open source. You can't build on top of ChatGPT. It's closed source. It's private. Open source is public, right? You have API keys that are public. You have access to things that you can monetize. You could take free API keys, build the app, use the API keys to beef up your app, sell that app, and become a multi-millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. Where's the money now? Is it not in technology? It ain't in rap. It ain't in basketball. It ain't in throwing the ball. It ain't in acting. They getting washed. The AI's taking their jobs. So where is it? It's in technology. It's in being a app developer. It's in being a vibe coder, a prompt engineer. It's in being a web developer. People still making money on mobile apps. The app store's still popping, right? People still addicted to their mobile apps. So you literally, by show of hands, how many people know what vibe coding is? Wow, that's crazy. Download the next app. It's lovable.dev.
Oh, I know Lovable. I know
Lovable.dev. 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 Love, like I love something. Love, LOVEABLE.dev, the fastest growing website in the world at the fastest pace. They cleared 100 million annual on Lovable. What does that indicate? That something is working. Nothing grows at that rate if it's not working. So there's a telltale sign that that's working. How many apps is that, y'all? That's 3?
You said ChatGPT. We got 4.
I'm giving y'all 4.
Hugging Face, Lovable Dev.
No LM. Oh no. Notebook LM.
It's Lovable in
Hugging Face, Lovable.rev, and ChatGPT. The new
The next one. Yeah, these are all, I would say, use Google to find all of them. And then, you'll find out if they're an app. You'll find out if it's web. I'm giving you the names. And you could easily, I would say, go to the Google to find it. Right? And the next one, ladies and gentlemen, is Hicksville. Hicksville, I think .io.
Spell Hicksville.
Higgs,
Oh, Higgs.
Higgs, HIGGSFIELD. Just put Higgsfield and then dash AI and Google it, and it's gonna pop up.
There you go.
Higgsville.
Higgsfield.
HIGGS.
HIGGS
Okay.
HIGGS FIELD.
AI or AI?
I think it's .ai, but it'll show you where it's at when you Google it. It'll pop up.
It's not AI.
It's .ai. Now this right here is probably the coldest visual/video app that's out right now. They are on the come up, and they do a lot. They'll take a regular picture and turn it into a movie, a moving picture. They'll take a picture, it's a bunch of shit. They have an upscale button where you could take a blurry picture and completely upscale it to HD. All of your blurry pictures, all of your older pictures, all of your black and white pictures, all of that, it will upscale that with a click of a button. Top-notch upscale. It's using an API from a program called Topaz that you literally gotta buy for like $250, but they're using their API. API, when you hear the word API, just think about just the equivalent of an API is like, you know, when people talk about trade lines, like the debt people, like, yo, get a trade line, attach yourself to a trade line, and it's gonna boost your credit, son. You go from a 620 to an 800. 800, go to a Navy Federal and get $8,000 free. Yeah. So an API is almost like a trade line in a way. It boosts an app. It can help turn an app from it could take. Well, it's a key. So let's say that ChatGPT can make images now. So ChatGPT will come out with an API key. And then if I'm creating an app, I could buy the key. I could get the key from ChatGPT, put it in my app. Now my app has ChatGPT doing images in it. But the only way that I was able to do that is to get ChatGPT's API key. So every time somebody uses it, they charge me like 3 cents, 4 cents. But now I have their power. So it's powered by ChatGPT. My app now, but it's powered. I'm able to do stuff on my app, like answer questions from a chatbot. And they're like, dang, that's deep. I didn't know that Red Hat, I'm using ChatGPT though in the background. But now I can say it's my app. I can say it's my business. It's coming through me. You know what I mean? So that's an API key in layman's terms. Get used to that. There's API marketplaces. Buy API keys. Learn how to sell them, right? So I'm passing this around real quick before we take the break. This is to get Pay Me in Crypto 8-hour masterclass. 8-hour masterclass. We have an ebook that comes with this whole masterclass. Once again, something that you can have in front of you so you can master it. We're not going to master anything if we don't have it in front of us in book form. We're that type of people. We learn hands-on with manuals and whatnot. So we put a manual together. I would have the physical copy, but I only have the ebook because we literally just finished the book on Friday. So here's the thing. I'm going to pass it around. Here's the information on it. If you want it, get it. Put your email in the description. Put your email in the description because that's how you'll get your quote-unquote, you'll get a link with the email and whatnot. And you'll have access to the 8-hour masterclass. And we're dropping a lot of information. The brother Crypto, he told you, he's giving you mad ways on how to make money using crypto. She was there. I don't have to sell it. It's going to sell itself. We just bringing solutions to the family. Huh?
Write it on the back.
No. The information to get it is right there.
Oh, you don't want
So
to
So when you get it in the subject of the Zelle or the subject of the Apple Pay or the Cash App, just put your email and I know it's you and I'll send you the email link. So what I want to do is I want to read, right? Marcus Garvey's birthday was yesterday. I got to read from his quote unquote tomes. Why? Because when I came to Harlem in 125th Street in 2005, right, people would shun me and my brother for doing what we were doing. And what we were doing is what everybody is doing right now. That's basically standing behind a table and working for ourselves. We, as a community, just learned how to spell entrepreneur in 2021. Because even in 2020, when it was starting out, they didn't know how to spell it, right? This is a new thing for us. Brother Ali, who comes from a lineage of Queen of Four, Baba Samaj and all of them, he could tell you how people look down on entrepreneurship in this community, and it was shunned and it was frowned upon to say that you're working for yourself and that you have a vision that there's richness in your culture and you're going to monetize it. When Monique's father started out, Nicholas, 51 years ago and whatnot, I'm sure that people was looking at him like he was crazy.
14th Street.
14th Street. When I came into New York in 2005, the first stop they told me to go to was Nicholas, and it blew my mind. And I was like, wow, there's actually a supplier of an industry that I'm involved in. But nobody's giving him the credit for what he brought to this world, for what he brought to our community, to the philosophies and the opinions of Marcus Garvey. This was a staunch capitalist, but not in a way of a quote-unquote slimy type of capitalist. This man right here was a visionary. This man right here was the quote-unquote poster child of entrepreneurs, okay? That's what this man was. So before I do read this passage, I got my brother Blue Pill that I want to come up here and give us some spoken word and just, you know, bless the audience with that word sound power. He's been blazing up mics. He does every Monday, but today he's here with us. So without any further ado, y'all, please clap it up for the Blue Pillar. The sword is getting sharper. Every single poem and whatnot. So this one is called Marvel in DC. Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. Blue Pillar in the building. He about to burn it down. And then we're going to get into some Garvey.
Take your mic off.
Peace to the family. Please give it up for yourselves. Y'all can do better. Give it up for Brother Red. Give it up for yourselves. And give it up for Nicholas Brooklyn. All right? We're going to do a resounding round of applause. Give me 1 second. Come on. Literally, this time, every Monday, shout out to my brother Richie Moon. He came with me last week. We would, I would be on stage in Harlem at a venue. It is an open mic venue called Harlem Nights. And I've been doing it. I did it 4 consecutive weeks, and this is my 5th, but I'm here. So we just changed locations and vibrations, but the conversation is still one that needs to be had. In my poetry, I would do stuff, this current events. I would do stuff, you know, this in the news that they're like, did you just write that? I'm like, yeah, I did. And so I had this one especially, you know, prepared for them. It might have been too hard for Harlem though. So we're here at home in Brooklyn, and I will be, it's my honor to share this with you guys. This is called The Marvel in DC. And it's definitely dealing with current events. All right? Y'all was trying to front like civil rights was the enemy. But Now you got federally authorized white supremacy alive in the district. Don't bring knives to fight with biscuits. The war's on the left. You should be looking forward to a stretch like Rip Right with the ripsticks forging in your flesh. These YNs run into ice, igniting the fright that lies in a weakling ass, hiding beneath the mask. Youngins from the DMV need to hit up the GNC and go work out with Abu Asada. All them troops is MAGA, all the youths is shotters, and all they shoot is choppers. They need to train like special forces so they don't receive epic losses. You about to see the metamorphosis of a police state. Any excuses indeed fake, but the repercussions will be real enough to keep you in a belief state. Stay woke, you won't be able to sleep late for Pete's sake. Resistance is futile. You was too concerned with Jeffrey, now they opening up new files. And they fiend for sodomy. They gotta feed the penal colonies. You ain't asking the right questions about the task. After DC jails are full, they're gonna send your young bulls to alligator Alcatraz. Granny dropped dimes on the hotline to stop crimes, but you got a powder call if your child is brought to El Salvador? Youngers, calm down. What you wildin' for? The block is hot for 10 miles or more of the District of Columbia. They put a mama through it, got her in a trauma unit while her son smoked Lucy's dipped in embalming fluid so they can't run to her. Better load up heavy arms. Trump got up there and said they about to do away with berry farms. You heard him right. Speaking in code about urban blight. The racist most trusted mouthpiece talking about he finna spin a block on the southeast. Big plans, big man. But if you know like I know, that's undoubtedly. The South seeks retribution from destitution after Sherman led the troops in and freed the slaves. MAGA's code word for they like niggas back when we behaved. White supremacy is swirling in the chocolate city. Federal zones, homes, you can share a cot with Diddy for copping fitties from cops, you dig me? This is not for giddy individuals, rocked to sleep by bleeding heart liberals sold on hope. They got cops on the street about to Cuisinart the criminals, quote unquote, and throw black and brown bodies in the blender to advance the agenda that the Israeli lobbied with senators. Under these 4 years, they've outlined the end of you. Project 2025 brought to life the beginning of the ending, bruh. Social programs been gutted, the dollar's been digitized. Do you own gold nuggets? You're gonna need BTC to live in the DMV just to get inside. They relocating the natives in disguise of crime waves that don't exist. Even though niggas been bugging, now they gotta own that shit. It's on the OGs to keep the house in order. We only go south of borders for talcum orders or the bouncing water. Cancun and Tulum. The minute the budget ballooned, you should have known they was taking this tour on the road soon. No age limit, no face image. ICE is hiring road goons for collars. Now you got MAGA and balaclavas, holla. Who needs a white hood when a black mask impacts the same as black flag? Raid! Y'all was trying to front like civil rights was the enemy. Now you got federally authorized white supremacy alive in the district. Stereotypes and racial tropes over purpose. They want to make them nervous and erase these folks before they can make a vote. The most democratic voting bloc in the union. The circus is in town and it's not for amusement. Supreme Court's making it legal to card individuals and treat melanated citizens like hardened criminals. Some kids' fault, they pulled 6 souls on Big Ball, but he been stiff wood since Elon ripped the lids off and unleashed his coders to disrupt government. They took Social Security and Medicaid. We've been under judgment ever since. Could it just be that his karma caught up with him? And the crowd wave ain't it what we up against? They throwing up tents in the Everglades. Hunger Games for Republicans. I'm dropping gems, swinging a sword, slaying the dragons, unraveling this dungeon. It's really an onion. DC, the Vatican, and the city of London represent a 3-headed monster. And the name of the cross is said they will conquer. With these emergency acts, they're surgically taking back all the mineral rights they've given since civil rights. All the ill advice is really white nationalism turned into legislation, stamped from the system and the head of nations. Judge Janine seen talking about charging teens as adults. She want to put her hands on minor. Trump looking stupid in the face as he stands behind her. This is the dream of cults, hell-bent on turning the hands of time back to when they used to sell men. Jokers and jesters, claims of supremacy from children of a lesser. We was better in our infamy. We turned pressure into millions on the dresser from dabbling in chemistry. Millions in tennis shoes. We were some big steppers. I came from texts with compressors on the dressers. Now I'm giving lectures, a professor whose range is interstellar. Public enemy #1 like gangs from Venezuela. This economy is stand-up comedy like Penn and Teller. Gas sprayers making it hard for black mayors. They want to send in National Guards to scratch layers. FBA, DEA, ATF, Homeland Security, shit, only the Navy's left. What happened to Posse Comitatus? This some sketchy comedy like Andy Milonakis, but nobody's smiling. Let's get to the roots without Jimmy Fallon. They wildin'. Reminds me of when the feds emerged. New set of terms after they killed Edward Burns, and Daddy Bush used it for him to defeat the Dems. Stroke the fears that's instilled and taunts them with ads about Willie Horton. Bass.
Hey!
Nah, y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. I want to hear snaps and all that. Snap it. Come on, snap it up. Snap it up. Snap it up, y'all. Blue Pillar. When the book coming? When the book coming? Book on the way. Look out for the Blue Pillar Tomes. Album on the way. The Voltron album. November 14th. Yeah, the Spoken Word album. All that. They working.
I got 2 albums. That was lit. Lit.
So now we about to take a break. Show some vendor love. I got a deal going on. 1 for 30, 2 for 50. Come and clean this table up. Blue Pillar got the food on deck. Come and get your food. And the food is delicious. We got my Nuwabian brother. He got the tomes. He got the tablets. He got the jewelry and whatnot. Kafunya's in the building with the jewelry, with the stones, with the copper. Monique, of course, has everything in the building that you need for every situation. Well, let's take 15 minutes and then we will be back and we're going to read some Marcus and then we're going home. All right? Clap it up for yourselves, y'all. Clap it up.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2.
That was my ad for tonight. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, sir.
Yo.
Red, this was my post that I did.
Yeah, we out. Turn to YouTube, we out.
Okay, sis, when you get a chance, I'm going to show you the
Peace, y'all. We out.
spiral.